you're ready for your rebrand and you want to feel the best you've ever felt, look the best you've ever looked. You want to feel proud of yourself. You want to feel like you're on top of the world. And all those people that knew you once, they are questioning if they ever knew you at all, because you look like a completely different person inside and out. You exude this incredible energy about you where you've just on a roll. You're accomplishing everything that you want to accomplish. And people just want to know how have you done this? How did you do it? But before I go into the things that you should consider before you get into your rebrand, let me just put things into perspective, okay? And let me give you a look at this year's calendar. Have a look at it, okay? All right. This is to put things into perspective because time is moving really, really fast lately, okay? I don't know if you've noticed that. Furthermore, let's just consider this table of contents that displays how much time actually you may have between now and 25 years from now, okay? Regardless of your age. Just put that into perspective and just see how quick time is passing. Maybe just as a bit of motivation, you know, you have 30 minutes. If you're watching this, you probably are ready to let go of your old life, and that's one of the points we're going to talk about. I want you to stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the perfect time of being. Stop waiting for the perfect time to create. You only have this life, at least that you're aware of. If you're going to set yourself up for accomplishing everything that you want to accomplish, you gotta get going. First and foremost, if you want to rebrand yourself, you need to be okay with letting go of the old you. You cannot be who you want to be by remaining who you currently are. Sometimes we hold on to the comfort and the safety of what we know because we fear what may happen if we let go or if we try to go for the things that we really want to go for. It's sort of as if holding on to your dreams and keeping them as dreams is more comforting for you than actually giving things a go and potentially failing in the process of doing so. So you fear letting go of that because staying in the familiar and who you've been so far with the habits, thoughts and beliefs that you've had up until this point, it's safer than betting on yourself and going after the things that you want to accomplish. Because what if you don't accomplish what you set yourself to do? That will be worse, right? Feeling like an actual failure from trying, oh my god, that's like worse than just staying in your comfort zone and not actually going after the things that you want and just keeping them in their perfection state as the dream, as an illusion, as a distant future you've yet to go and conquer. You're afraid of what may happen if you get into the process of reaching those goals. So if you want to rebrand yourself, you have to consider letting go of the potential as just potential and stepping into the process of getting into achieving those goals. You fear that your deepest desires will die in the process of trying to achieve them. And I know it's hard for you to let go of that illusion because in a way you're keeping them alive like that, but at what expense? You're actually not living. You're not allowing yourself to live those dreams. But if you're here and you're ready for your rebrand, which means you stepping into your most authentic self yet, it means you're aware of the false illusion that this comfort actually gives you, because it feels worse to sit in this potential and see other people accomplish the things that they accomplish by taking the risk that they take on themselves. They say that comparison is the thief of joy, but I just want to ask you, how would you possibly be robbed of something that you never even gave yourself? The thing is, I know it looks easier from the outside in to see other people achieve and accomplish whatever they accomplish, but the truth of the matter is no one's going to give you anything. You need to go and reach them for yourself. No one's going to save you. The one that has to save themselves is you yourself. Okay, so the bad news may be that it is up to you. But the good news is that it is up to you, which means you're in complete creative control of your own life. I know that may be daunting. I get it. But also it could be equally just exciting. Okay, so to rebrand yourself, you have to become everything that you're not, because essentially you are here because you're fed up of your own right? You want to shine, you want to feel your most authentic, feel good, fulfilled, successful self, right? So you have to let go of the old you, or the parts of you that you no longer feel like serve you. You want to stop being lazy. You want to stop being someone that procrastinates on themselves. You want to stop being someone that doesn't get what they want. Someone that wishes their life was different, yet fails to commit to do the inner work and just the overall work that takes to get to that point. So to rebrand yourself, you need to really let go of your old identity. And to do this, you have to have a symbolic funeral, okay? Symbolic. A funeral to your old self. This is very important. It's sort of like a rite of passage, sort of like a demarcation between your old self and your new self. And although I'm probably going to make a video about that alone so you can sort of know what to do in that case, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page, okay? So if you really want to rebrand your life or yourself, you have to have the 3 C's. And what are the 3 C's? You have to have courage to stop being the old you, to let go of the things that no longer serve you. And I know this is so hard for some of you. It's so hard when you're stuck on that habitual way of being, and especially if these habits are rooted on beliefs. That's first and foremost. Have the courage. It's now or never. Do you remember the calendar that I showed you at the beginning? Consider that, please, because you can spend another year being the way that you are so far, but you know what the results are that you've gotten so far. Is that what you want, or you want different results? Okay, let's keep it pushing. So the second C is commitment. Commitment is the promise that you're gonna keep to yourself. You have your own back. You will get yourself your desires. That you're not going to cave in and be the old version of yourself, or resort to being and doing the same things that have given you the same results, which are not the results that you want. Because when you cave in to those potentially instant gratifications that may feel okay in the present because it's what you're comfortable with, what you feel familiar, that's you robbing future you of the future and the life that you really want. I want you to think about, rather than giving in and caving in to the instant gratification that perhaps soothes you in the present, think ahead and give yourself, future you, the life that you want. Because let me tell you something. The future is nothing more than the present stacked up. Okay, this is going to go on to another point that I'm going to talk about in a minute, okay? But commit to giving future you what they want. Not present you, future you. Third C, consistency. Stick to your promises one day at a time. How can you do this? Okay, so you want to solidify this future, this rebrand, this future you, this idea of your future you. You want to solidify it. The best way that you can do this is by tackling one day at a time, and by having certainty of what tomorrow is going to look like. So you can determine the night before what tomorrow is going to look like and just stick to that, just one day at a time. Okay, it's cool that we can look very far into the future of where we want to be, but that's only gonna be the case, that's only gonna come into fruition if you take it one day at a time. Okay, consistency. Now, to let the new in, you have to let the old out. While this ties to the funeral to yourself and all the inner work that comes with that, there's other ways you can also work on this in a more practical way, such as letting go of all things that you hold on to. Things, objects, physical stuff holds on to energy, and they're kind of an extension of you, the things that belong to you, right? So you could work on this by having a symbolic act of letting go, giving away, or donating whatever old things that belong to you that no longer align with that future you. Whatever it is, let it go, so you open up space for letting in the new reality solidify. This is an essential part of becoming the new you, letting go literally of the old stuff. related to the old you. Which takes me to the next point. In also a symbolic way, stop digging up the past. It's none of your business. This can be hard, especially for my thought daughters. Ruminating about the past, ruminate about the people that did you wrong, about the mistakes that you made, which, by the way, you need to learn to forgive yourself. You wouldn't have known what you know now if you hadn't experienced those experiences. Yeah, they could have been shitty, but you know what? F it, now you know, and that's okay. You need to forgive yourself. You're not perfect. We only learn through experience. Now you know better. Let it go. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about what you could have done better. Think about ruminating and thinking about the past as something that is robbing you of your energy, of your time, of your creativity and visualization powers, because when you're not thinking about the present or the future, you're robbing yourself of those. Meaning, when you think about the past, you're just robbing your own time on the present, which is where you create your future. So if you want to rebrand yourself, from now on, be strict on only allowing yourself to either be in the present moment, which is where you need to be able to create your new reality, and think about the future. Anytime that you catch yourself thinking about the past, we're going to project onto what we want in the future, okay? Use your energy, which, if you know anything about what I teach here, your energy, your attention, and your focus are your currency in this life. Invest them wisely, because your reality exists because of the attention that you give to it. But when you're reminiscing about some stuff that you just wish you didn't do, didn't experience, whatever, you're never going to move forward. So future or nothing. Which leads me to my next point. You have to become more conscious of your thoughts. Why? Because we're trying to become the best version of ourselves, or whoever you want to be, that you know authentically. It's there, it's inside you, you want it to come out. But that person that doesn't have the thoughts that you've been holding on. No space in the memory card, what the hell? Become more conscious of your thoughts, especially the negative ones, and prune away the ones that do not serve you. Reminder, if you want to rebrand yourself and step into your new identity, you have to let go of the thoughts that no longer serve you, and the thoughts that your ideal self doesn't have. To become who you want to be, you have to get rid of the voice that tells you you cannot do it. Any thought that is stopping you from your desire is not welcome. Most of all, you need to be conscious so you can correct your frequency to the one that you actually would like to be in. And along this, make space for the things that put you in a good frequency, in a frequency of joy, on a frequency where you feel good within yourself and about yourself. Prioritize that. Make space for the activities, things that you can do to get into that frequency. The more you exist in that vibrational state, the more accustomed to it you will become. Your energy is so important, therefore you need to learn how to generate more of it. You need to pinpoint the things that drain you, that drain your energy, such as people, situations and experiences, beliefs, thoughts that drain you, that are not replenishing you. The ones that deplete you, they're staying in the past. We don't want them. So cut off things, people, etc. that do not serve you. Another point is, stop telling people things. Okay? You have to protect your vision from other people's projections, at least until they are materialized, that they've fully taken form. The thing is, sometimes we get so excited about the prospect of the things that we want to do, that we want to accomplish, that we want to share with others what our dreams and etc. Right? And more often than not, those people, because of the beliefs and restrictions they have around their own selves, what they believe is possible to achieve, they could unintentionally or even intentionally project onto you those fears, insecurities, and beliefs that they have themselves. And this could really just temper with that energy that you have around the object of your desire. So it's best to just keep things to yourself, because not everyone wishes you the best. Sadly, as sad as that is true. So my other point in this rebrand of yourself is to do this technique, which I love, that is photo booth confessionals. You want to crash out? Photo booth confessional. You want to vent about what's not working out? Photo booth confessionals. You want to talk to future you about the desires that you have? photo booth confessional. Essentially, what it is you using your computer camera or even your phone. If you don't want to video record yourself, then use voice memos. But it's just you having a conversation with yourself, just expressing yourself, allowing these things that are in your mind to be put out and actually look back at where you were at and how far you've come. Lastly, another thing to consider in the process of rebranding yourself is utilizing techniques such as EFT tapping. These are amazing when it comes to shedding off the old self and installing the new software that your new self operates with. Since it uses mind-body connection, you're able to let go on a deep emotional level of your thoughts and limiting beliefs as well that are related to your past self or your current self, and integrating the new set of beliefs and energies you want to incorporate and embody. You can work on what you believe is possible for yourself through these techniques. If you do all of this, I will be expanding on the process of becoming yourself and rebranding your whole identity. On another video, I'll walk you through the creation of a vision board that actually works, and this is something I've developed myself. It's made in a way that consider the esoteric models such as the triangle of causation and the sphere of availability, which are concepts that I explain on other videos. This will be a solid technique of achieving the things that you want to achieve. It's done in a way that you can actually achieve those things that you want to. Rebranding yourself is not an overnight process, but it's something that you can definitely achieve. And the satisfaction that you'll have by just feeling so proud of yourself that you've managed to be consistent, to be committed to your own self, to have the courage to let go of what's holding you back and just immersing yourself in your own authentic energy, the reason why you're here and what you're here to do. That's just, I know it might not be easy, but it's something so worth doing and going through. You'll be so far from what you are now that you look back and you won't be able to recognize yourself. I know that so much of this process is the reaction and what other people may see in you, but it really comes from within. It starts from within, and the most important person, the person that you want to impress the most, is yourself. And I guarantee if you go through this, you won't be able to recognize yourself. You'll wonder, how is it that you existed for this long without actually going through with it? Remember, the power to create your reality lies within you. Take the leap. Have the courage. Nobody else is gonna have the courage for you. You have to just take the leap, jump and do it. If you're ready for your rebrand, then I'll see you in the next video where I'll walk you through the whole process of creating the vision board and just setting up all those goals, everything that you want to achieve, and how you're gonna go through with it.
Alright folks, that's so much for today's summer episode. Which track is your favorite? Please let us know by leaving a comment.